Hello and welcome to the very first episode of Together Adventure. Now there are so many actual play and D&D podcasts out there in the world, so thank you for tuning into ours. My name is Scott McArdle. I'm an award-winning writer, director and game master living in Perth, Western Australia. And for the past 18 years, I have lived, loved and played tabletop role-playing games every opportunity that I can get. Over here in Perth, I've also been the showrunner of Improv RPG for 10 years now, a comedy improv show that brings the world's most popular tabletop role-playing games to life. I have been a panelist and a presenter at PAX Oz and Pixel Expo here in Perth, as well as the writer and director behind the massively award-winning Same Time Next Week, a puppet musical all about playing D&D. Now, I am here to share that love of tabletop role-playing with you, our listeners, our audience. This podcast is what we call a variety tabletop role-playing game. That's lots of really boring words that, when smashed together, become something riveting and exciting. So we're going to drill into what a tabletop role-playing game, or TTRPG, is. Tabletop role-playing is collaborative storytelling. It is getting together with your mates to tell stories, to play characters, to put on silly accents, and to come together for hours at a time and leave our world behind as we dive into different new and exciting worlds, sometimes based on popular existing intellectual properties, sometimes completely new ones made for these games. They are looser than a board game or a card game, and they exist in the collective imagination of all who are playing, involving a lot more role-playing or performance or acting than a board game or a card game or a video game might have. The most commonly known one and the most popular one is, of course, Dungeons and Dragons. These games have grown in popularity over the last 10 years thanks to shows like Stranger Things or popular actual plays such as Critical Role, which is celebrating 10 years, and Dimension 20, which is also coming up to that. But a lot of people don't know the real scope and scale of what's out there beyond Dungeons and Dragons. So throughout this podcast, we are going to play a huge variety of games, from traditional dice-based TTRPGs to letter-writing games, map-making games, and to games that don't even have a game master. I'm writing myself out of a job as we speak. We are also going to be sharing tips and tricks to play, debunking common myths and fears, and chatting to experts in this industry. We want everyone who listens to feel inspired to start their own games and feel supported with helpful resources. My passion is to help people connect with their own creativity, whether they see themselves as artists or not, and to then pair them with games and hobbies that will let them do this. It's not just going to be me, though, on this podcast. I'm going to be joined regularly by a bunch of talented nerds and creatives who will be providing different point of views and elevating what I'm speaking about with their own opinions and experiences in playing tabletop role-playing games. Now, we're not a massive studio, nor is this anyone's full-time job here. We are just passionate players sitting around a table. We don't want you to feel intimidated or like you have to drop thousands of dollars to have fun with your mates, so we're going to be stripping it back and speaking to you frankly and honestly about the realities of playing and how we achieve everything we do around our table. Learning these games and running them can be such a big stress on game masters, and so we aim to do that for you to save your time and money so that you can tune into our podcast, listen to what we're playing and go, oh, I don't really like the sound of that game, or this is incredible, I love this game, I'm going to go out and buy this now, and to essentially trial and test them for you. But what are we actually going to do on this podcast? Well, we offer 3 distinct types of episodes. The first of which are our actual plays. Now, we know that not every TTRPG is right for everyone. D&D itself can scare lots of people away because it's really crunchy when it comes to rules. But if the thing that you love in D&D is map making, for example, you might prefer a game called Cartograph by Raven Ridge Emporium. If you like playing rogues, maybe you're better suited to a game like Knives in the Dark. We learn and play these games so you don't have to and can experience them through our eyes. We have two different types of actual plays. The first of which is our Big Bites. These are longer seasons, more akin to a campaign, and they have a mid-season break. These are for games that have larger rule sets or worlds chock full of lore. Our first Big Bite will be D&D, but we're going to follow that up shortly afterwards with a playthrough of Call of Cthulhu by Chaosium. Our second type of actual play are our minis. These are for quicker games, designed to be played in a one-shot setting. We're aiming to release several of these back-to-back after a campaign or during a mid-season break. Our first batch is going to feature Honey Heist, Alice is Missing, and In the Shadow of Glory, all of which have vastly different rules and tones. The aim is for you to get a sense of it, its strengths, its weaknesses, and its rule set. We'll even be releasing our Session Zeros where we discuss the game and build characters together. Alongside each, we'll be releasing our character sheets and an appendix that explains the rules, official and homebrew, and any lore-relevant information. We're just going to give you a bunch of resources to show you how we're doing what we're doing. And a lot of actual plays don't do that. They just dive in. Some of them have big studio productions, very whiz-bang, but they don't show you how you would do this yourself at home. And it can be intimidating because it looks like you have to drop thousands of dollars. We want you to feel like you're along for the ride with us. Our second type of podcast episode is Recap Nightcap. After each Big Bite mini, you can catch the cast as they chat about the decisions they made on that evening's episode, giving an insight into the split-second decisions, their character arcs, and what goes on inside their heads during a game. Our resident bartender Yan will be mixing up themed cocktails for each session, and we'll also be releasing that recipe online so you can drink along with us. And our final type of episode is Behind the Screen, a series where we zoom into specific topics in the TTRPG world. Anything from the latest news to cool accessories to advice on improvising. Sometimes it'll just be me talking, other times I'll be joined by other legends lending their experience and guidance and giving you an insight in what it is to play. So what's to come for Together Adventure? Well, on August 23rd, we'll be officially launching the podcast everywhere you listen to audio. At 8 PM Western Standard Time, you can listen to the Session Zero of our debut D&D Big Bite, The Lost Crown, where we build the characters we'll be playing with as well as discuss the lore of our homebrew world. Following that, on the exact same night, you can also catch the prequel to the events of our main story where you can meet those very same characters we've just built. After that, we'll try to drop episodes as regularly as we can. Now, we're going to be very upfront with you. Everyone working on this podcast is a volunteer. We work full-time jobs and are squeezing playing, editing, and marketing Together Adventure around all of our other hobbies, including our own home games, which we've had to put on pause to do this. Now, we can't promise regular fortnightly episodes at this early stage while we try to maintain a work-life balance. But what we can promise is that we will only be releasing quality edited content for you, our beloved listeners. So bear with us. We're going to be churning out some really great stuff. We just ask for a little bit of patience along the way. We're so excited to see where this adventure takes us, and we have so many announcements to make in the very near future. Keep your eyes and ears peeled for the first episodes of The Lost Crown launching this weekend. But until then, enjoy this sneak peek as we take you into the world of Vale. I've been Scott McArdle, and you'll be hearing lots from me soon. Bye-bye! You're heading to the Watchtower, which is this old bell tower in the middle of the town, the oldest structure here. It's this big stone building with then a copper bell at the very top that can be hit with this massive hammer to warn of bandits coming. As you head into the Watchtower, the bottom floor itself is a guard room where defenders like your brothers gather daily to be given their patrolling routes, and there are maps lining the wall. You walk up the sturdy wooden stairway that winds up the tower, and you emerge at this exposed platform at the very top with these 4 kind of stone pillars in the corners that keep it upright. The view you have up here is expansive. The horizon stretches for miles in all directions. To the south, the White Mountains of the Shattered Mounts, where the capital lies, where you'll be heading today. To the west, sprawling fields. In the north lies the Twixt, a vast and deep lake. And to the east, the shared border with River Run, the swamps and marshes covered with mist and smoke. Up here, standing with one of her arms braced against the stone pillars that keep up the roof here, is your mother. She has cropped dark hair, large tusks, rippling muscles that are covered in scars and exposed in a tank top, sort of sleeveless leather vest, and then she has leather pants. But like everyone here in Maree Forge, even though the stones are hard and the ground is hard, she wears no shoes, as per the rules of Maree Forge. She's occupied looking up here and doesn't hear you come in.
I might try to sneak up on her and just do a sneaky tap on the shoulder.
Do a stealth check for me. Her passive perception is 15.
Okay. Stealth, a 15 roll, and my stealth is +7, so 22.
22. You slip around and you tap her, and as she goes to look, you actually slip along the outside around a stone pillar. So if anyone looking up would see you just swing around the out of the bell tower and around the other side. As you come around the far side, she...
Hello, Mum.
Hello, Brava. Thank you for answering my summons as quick as you could.
Of course, I always come when you call, Mum.
Always?
Yeah.
But never in a timely fashion. Always on Brava time, aren't ya?
Maybe, but I always come, eventually.
Are you packed for your journey?
Pretty much, yeah. I'm ready to go. I'm excited.
Hope you didn't spend all morning on it. It's just a short trip.
Oh, yeah, but I just wanted to make sure I was prepared, It's a big 3-day journey, and Uncle's relying on me.
Yes, well, I'm relying on your uncle. I am hoping to catch him before you leave. Actually, I will escort you down to... How are you travelling again, by the way? Has your uncle told you? Are you taking horses? Are you walking wagons? What's he got sorted out?
He did tell me, but I have to admit I can't remember.
More reason for me to escort you out.
I would appreciate the escort, Mama.
One word of warning.
Yeah?
Be wary of these young men in the capital. They're not like the ones here in Maree Forge that have the smarts to know who your mother is and keep their hands off you.
Okay, sure.
The men in the capital can be impulsive and foolhardy, and I'm aware that my...
Handsy?
Well, I am aware that my daughter is known to be swept up in excitement.
You know what? What will be, will be.
No, Brava, what will be will not be.
Well...
You do live under my roof, and I do not want you coming back with a bun in the oven.
Jesus Christ,
like some
Mum.
baker.
That's not the bloody plan, is it?
That's not the plan, but I know not everything you do is planned ahead. I wouldn't exactly call you a strategic thinker, Brava. I would call you an improviser. And I mean that in the worst way.
Improvising is a really important art that I think you should hold at higher esteem, actually. Do you know what? You use improvising every day as a guard, as a protector of the realm. What about in a battle? That's pretty much just improvising, isn't it?
In a battle, I am running through the strategies and plans in my head like a real actor would if they had learned lines.
Okay. I believe that some of the best stories you've told me about your past have been when things go wrong and you've had to, what's the word? Improvise.
Brava, I have not told you my best stories.
Well, why not?
Because they are not appropriate, and it's just another reason for me to talk to your uncle before you are alone with him for a 10-day.
All right. Bet they included Anzi men, though.
If they did, those men no longer have their hands, Brava.
I believe that. I believe that.
You see that she tenses her whole body for a moment here, and her face gets a very strange look on it.
Are you all right? What's wrong?
Do you want to do any roll here or anything like that in this moment?
I think she's is she having a stroke, or is she...
Okay.
Is it that kind of vibe? Like,
do you want to do a medicine check or an insight check?
I do not want to do a medicine check. But does it look like she's actually in physical pain?
It looks like her entire body has gone tense, and she looks torn for a moment.
Insight, I suppose. Yeah, to work out what's happening there. 10.
You have no idea what is going on with this woman in this moment. We're going to do a luck roll to see the choice that she makes. Yeah, I'm going to get you to call it. We're going to roll a d20, and Maree is going to call an odds here, whether that's odds or evens, highs or lows. Doesn't really matter because it's all rudimentary and it's all luck.
We'll go odds.
All right. It's an 11 on the die, and so in this moment of being torn, as you look very confused, she relents to her tension and she grabs you by the front of your shirt and pulls you in for a quick one-armed hug and then pushes you away.
Wow, a rare moment of affection from your mum.
You are ruining it. Come on, let's go find your uncle.
I love you, Mum, by the way.
Oh, remember what I said.
About the hands in men. Yeah, I will.
If you were to come back with a bun in the oven, you would still be welcome in my house.
That's good.
But your baby's share of the food will be your share of the food.
All right. Jesus.